Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi inaugurated on Wednesday the nitrogenous fertilizer complex in Al Ain al-Sukhna. Well, this is to cover local needs and export surplus to dozens of countries. To discuss this in more details over the phone, we have with us Dr. Youmn Hamki, Professor of Economics at Shams University. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Nash.
Good morning, Doctor. So first of all, I'd like to shed the light on the significance or the importance of this nitrogenous complex.
Actually, Nashwa, we all know that Egypt started within the economic reform 2016, started to an intensive program of land reclamation in order to increase the cultivated land. This project is including Delta as well as Sinai and Northeast. And to some extent a part of Upper Egypt. The program of increasing approximately 3 million fedans to and 3.5 to the cultivated area in Egypt. We all know that we need quite well the agriculture sector to support our industrial sector, to enhance the capacity of production in Egypt for two perspectives. One is to produce the local content, to enhance the production of local content, as well as enhancing the competitiveness of our industrial sector. So the role of agriculture sector is becoming more and more important, taking into consideration what we can notice nowadays regarding international challenges about food security, and we are now more than 1 billion in population, so the food security becoming a priority for policy making. And increasing these areas for land cultivation is becoming quite essential. So we need, in order to support the land reclamation, we need fertilizers. Fertilizers are becoming quite important for achieving this goal. For this, we need this complex in order to enhance our capabilities of fertilizers, taking into consideration that Egypt is gaining comparative advantage and competitive advantage in the production of fertilizers. We can notice that our export is increasing during the last period, but still we need to enhance the competitiveness. This complex actually is gaining momentum. Why? Because first of all, we are not, we all know that the production of natural gas has increased substantially in Egypt. We managed lately to export approximately $1 billion every month. And from here it comes that the rationalization, economic rationalization of natural gas is not only by exporting these gas as liquefied or as natural gas, but more important than that from economic point of view is to use it in industrialization. And this complex actually is relying on natural gas as a very important source of energy in order to produce fertilizers. And by that you are adding value added by using natural gas in industrialization, and this is enhancing the competitiveness of fertilizers because we can produce it with lesser cost compared to other countries. So these are the importance actually of enhancing the capacity of Egypt for the production of fertilizers.
Dr. President al-Sisi also during his speech mentioned that this complex took us about 4 years. So we are talking now, of course, we have many analyses for the market. We're not talking only about local market, but international market as well. So let's discuss this in more details when it comes to the international market and the needs of the international market and the impact on Egyptian economy.
Actually, this is important because, as I mentioned, we are gaining comparative and competitive advantage in the production of fertilizers. It took this 3 years. Why? Because this is a capital intensive actually production. It needs actually to refer to the right technology, and as it has been mentioned, that we refer to German technology, which is quite solid, and the transfer of technology for Egypt is quite important. We need actually to enhance our capabilities of transfer technology as well as developing that, because we have, as Egypt, through our universities and research centers, we have very good potentialities of, developing technologies to enhance the competitiveness of industries. Still, we all know that Egypt is managing to support exportation. We have a very ambitious program of enhancing our export to $100 billion. And I believe that, fertilizers can share in achieving such a goal, taking into consideration that nowadays we have the markets of Africa. We are concentrating on Africa since we are about to activate a free trade area with Africa, and some African countries are, according to our studies, in need for such production. Besides Arab countries, European countries, this product actually can be on demand from different countries. So like you mentioned, it's feasible economically, since we can start with the Egyptian market with such, expansion of the potentiality of our agriculture sector by this very ambitious plan of reclamation, as well as expanding into international markets.
So how far can we describe it as that? Definitely we all know that the industrial development is the backbone of sustainable development. And definitely this is moving in parallel with Egypt's vision for 2030 for the sustainable development.
Of course, Nashwa, unfortunately we actually neglected the potentialities of our industrial sector. Our industrial sector can have a very good impact on economic performance, and we didn't actually put the right strategy in order to use our capabilities. Still, we have, very important part of our industries to be integrated into the value chain, international value chain. Our integration, you can say that Africa's integration into the world economy in value chain is not exceeding 14% compared to the EU countries, approximately 40%, and all other economies are quite integrated into the world economy through the value chain. So by neglecting actually to be integrated into the international value chain, we lost a lot for that. But nowadays we are trying to enhance this situation by increasing the competitiveness of our industrial sector, and to specify which industries we can actually enhance its competitiveness. We have according to our studies as economists, we have a lot of industries that we have a comparative advantage, but we didn't manage to turn this comparative advantage into competitive advantage. So this is what we have to work intensively this period. We have all the potentiality to do that since we have human resources. We need to enhance our capabilities regarding the productivity of human resources. And nowadays we have a strategy for training, intensive training to upgrade skills of our labor force, as well as transfer technology and attracting foreign direct investment, because foreign direct investment can play a significant role for transfer of technology.
And I think this also include the changing the mindset and talking about the preparation of young farmers and the new generation for using new technology and new irrigation system as well.
Yes, this is quite important, because we neglected also, to upgrade our agricultural sector. Unfortunately, the problem for Egypt in the old delta, as we can say, that we don't have, large areas regarding, what we can say that we have very small ownership of land. And this small ownership cannot allow the owners to use the right technology. And due to that, these small owners, they are referring all the time to very traditional and old ways of technology. And due to that, the productivity of land was quite minimal. And like you mentioned, Nashwa, this is quite important. Nowadays, we are thinking about, new methods to address this small or minority of ownership by referring to cooperative, for example, in order to allow, a cooperative may allow these small owners to use the technology, the best technology suitable for them, as well as training them, because still their skills are minimal. So when we give the right guidance for small farmers, as well as enabling them with technical assistance and financial methods so that we can help them to use their land efficiently, I believe this is part of increasing the productivity of land. And we are working on that nowadays, besides adding to cultivated areas through reclamation.
Doctor, talking about the cooperation between Germany and Egypt, and definitely we will gain a lot, when it comes to the expertise, the German expertise actually, and of course this is not the first time to cooperate with Germany. You have different means of cooperation in different sectors as well.
Yes, I agree with you, and I believe that the German side, they are very serious, and they are quite advanced in technology, specifically in the industrial sector. And as you mentioned, we have a lot of cooperation with Germany in renewable energy, in wind plants in several places, as well as in different types. We need, from my point of view, to enhance our relations with Germany regarding the transfer of technology, and this can be done through multinationals or by technical assistance from the German side. We have a lot of projects. We need to diffuse the impact of such projects for the transfer of technology. And I may refer to, Nashwa, to our, capabilities from our youth in our universities and research centers. We have a lot of innovation ideas that can be transferred into reality through pilot by supporting those youth to transfer their innovation into reality and to support industry.
Doctor, talking about all these achievements that took place in this field, do you think this will change the map of the Egyptian production?
Hopefully, this is what we are looking for because, the productive capacity of the Egyptian economy is still minimal related to the potentialities of this economy. We are a land full of resources. Mineral resources are not exploited yet at all. We need to attract foreign direct investment for mineral resources because the natural mineral resources are, the raw materials for the industrial sector. So when you are doing that, when you attract investment into mineral resources, you can guarantee, a reasonable price for your raw materials for industrialization, and you can attract investment for such projects. As well as nowadays, Egypt is witnessing, expansion of petrochemicals. Petrochemicals too can be regarded as source of, raw materials for industrialization. So we are working towards sustaining our industrial sector and enhancing the capacity of value chain for several industries. Still, we need more work to be done. Still, we need to to benefit from the comparative advantage on a regional level. And I believe nowadays that Hayat Karima may enable us to do that by having economic centers nowadays in every governorate to specify the needs, to specify the potentialities of resources existing, and to identify which projects can be feasible and we can attract investment. But still, we have some challenges that are still severe. We can refer to doing business, we can refer to the competitiveness index. These two indices can tell us to how extent we still have challenges regarding environment of investment, our capabilities for competition. I'll give you some examples. Still, corruption is affecting, this process. Still, bureaucracy, is playing significant role. We have some challenges that we need to address with property, and I believe that our Prime Minister is intensifying their efforts nowadays towards
confronting
enabling
these challenges.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Dr. Youmn Hamki, Professor of Economics at Shams University, always a pleasure having you with us on the show. Right now, moving on to a quick break, then we'll be back.